But everywhere we go now, we say Jamaica to the blood clot world now. Big up my motto, big up the general, Alliance Gully, you don't know, man. Drizzy
Drake continues to deliver that, you know, dance hall sound, this boring whitewash Toronto dance hall that doesn't really sound much at all like real regular dance hall. And now that Drake is palling around with all of these rappers from the UK, he seems comfortable in rapping now in an English accent, which happens on the song No Long Talk, where he's kind of putting, you know, a little bit of that English twang on some of his vowels on his bars here, and then he mixes that with his fake patois, and then it's just an unholy matrimony of horror. You know, Drake rapping about his tings.
I'm so excited to finally get a chance to be on the snap, you know, Juice from the Six. April 29th, the thing's set, the thing's dead, and trust me, headshot to them bomb up.
That intersection, Jane Street and Weston Road, is on the outskirts of an enclave of Jamaican Canadians. It's on the west side of the city, where Drake grew up, until he moved to the wealthier section in the center of the city in the 6th grade. On the eastern side of the city, you can see another concentration of Jamaican neighborhoods, around Scarborough. So in 2001, about 71% of Canada's Jamaican population lived in Toronto.
The internet has been lit with Jamaican choice words for Drake when Popcorn was dropped from his popular rendition of Controller from his #1 album Views, which has sold over 1 million copies in its first week. Although the Canadian rapper opted for the king of the dancehall, Beenie Man, the internet felt Popcorn was betrayed. Despite
Benitez Rojo expands on the influence of music in his essay 3 Words Towards Creolization. In this case, he uses the arrival of the radio and recording industry in Cuba. It brought the son, rumba, and conga into the mainstream in the 1920s, all which was previously not nationally accepted outside of the black population. He goes on to say that eventually Cubans internalized the rhythms and started to contribute to what is now known as Afro-Cuban culture. Today, however, it is not regarded as such other than simply being the Cuban way. Expanding on these series of essays, Lourdes Vasquez goes on to say that categorizing writers by origin is creating a literary apartheid. Wilson Harris believes the basis of language in Europe is the pursuit of domination, to create a language that is beyond what has already been established. Frank Martinez-Aaron uses another example of the impact of music. We see how Creole songs have been reconstructed in English. The nursery rhyme given is Ina Mina Mason broke a little basin. The reconstruction of the first line would be male children below the deck. The song represents a slave auction. As the rhyme spread, there does become a widespread ignorance on something that emerged from slavery. He even suggests Obla-Di, Obla-Da from the Beatles song is a result from this.
You're saying that I can't have a hairstyle because of your culture? Why?
Because it's my culture. You know what belongs to me.
Do you know it was in Egyptian culture? Are you Egyptian? Nah, bro, you're not.
Are you Egyptian? No. Are you Egyptian?
No, but it doesn't matter.
Wait, where's Egypt? Tell me.
You know what, girl?
Where's Egypt?
Dude, girl, you have no right to tell me what I can not get. Huh?
Where's Egypt?
Yo, girl, stop touching me right now.
Yo, girl, stop touching me right now. Come back.
Get off of me.
Come back.
Certain issues where I see that there's a problem, right? So for instance, there are employers that would refuse to hire a black woman if she wants to wear her hair naturally. I have a really good friend who had that problem. Her employer told her, we don't accept your kinky hair, you need to straighten it, you need to treat it. Okay, so she had to deal with that. Right. At the same time, if you have white employees who like to wear their hair kinky or like frizz it up or do whatever that they do, it's like, oh, that's so edgy. So that's a cultural issue, right? There's a double standard there, and it's important to have a discussion about the culture. But this whole thing about, that's my hairstyle. You're not allowed to have my hairstyle. You're not allowed to eat my food. You're not allowed to celebrate my culture. That divides us. That doesn't bring us closer together.
What if he was wearing a headdress?
We've been floating this country on credit
for centuries, yo. And we're done watching and waiting while this invention called whiteness uses and abuses us, burying black people out of sight and out of mind while extracting our culture, our dollars, our entertainment like oil, black gold, ghettoizing and demeaning our creations, then stealing them, gentrifying our genius, and then trying us on like costumes before discarding our bodies like rinds of strange fruit.